Ooh,
Oh
that's
boy,
different.
we are live, everybody. Pull Hook Golf Podcast, Tuesday night prime time. Let's see here. I've got a little echo. I know what that is.
Can everybody hear me?
All right, all right, all right. Man, this is going to be a fun one tonight. We are ditching the leaderboards for popcorn because Happy Gilmore 2 dropped last week. And honestly, feels like walking up to the tee box and topping your first tee shot. Well, and then walking back to the cart with your tail between your legs because, hey, we're still grinning because we're playing golf, right? So, quick
Facts.
spoiler alert to everybody. If you haven't watched it yet, hit pause, log into Netflix, survive the 2 hour circus, then come back and join in with us, even if you're a little bit late to the game. But, Butsy, welcome back, buddy. We missed you last week. Tell us about your experience over at PXG filming some of that content.
Oh man, that was a lot of fun. It's I've done a lot of content for Instagram and shit over the years, but that had a different feeling to it, and it was a lot more real. And when it's like being professionally done, and there's like a storyboard, even a 15-second clip is an undertaking. So it was pretty cool, man. And to watch how they edited it up, even like I said, even for a little clip, it was pretty awesome. I think we're gonna do some more shit together, so that's cool.
Love that. We've got some of our live audience chiming in here. We've got Austin. I always want to say Austin in Texas, but he's not in Texas.
Where's Austin?
That's Austin Whittington. Actually, I don't know. Austin, where are you located? And then we've got Jay Bean, TN23. What's up, y'all? We got Trock Golfer, evening all. Good evening, everybody. So we are pumped to have our Happy Gilmore 2 review, and really the only way that we know how, which is the pull hook golf way. And we'll be getting into this in just a second, because yeah, we've got some exciting stuff to go over with all of this. And I'm just gonna throw out another warning. We did the, you know, we we did a little spoiler alert warning, but I'm also going to give a bit of a, let's just put it this way, a bit of a live golf warning. If you are a live golf fan out there, I'm going to give you a warning right now that you might want to have your earmuffs on for this episode. We've got Kyle over at Cart Barn Guys chiming in. Sweet potatoes on deck. I love that. You know, we've got the popcorn going. St. Pete, Florida is where Austin Whittington is.
St.
And,
Pete.
Trot Golfer giving Kyle over at Cart Barn Guys a little shout out. He's playing in a tournament right now. I believe we're 2 rounds
Arizona
in,
Open, right?
third round to go. It's which open?
Arizona Open, right?
That's right. Sure
Yeah,
is over at Papago, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
some
And
local major.
Kyle's got it going right now. So we're wishing you all the best of luck out there tomorrow. Close the deal.
Let's go, bro.
Let's go. We're pulling for you, man.
Better fucking do it.
I'm not going to go that far, but he's in the top 10 right now. He's under par and playing well. So looking forward to hopefully seeing a good day tomorrow out of Kyle over at
Two
Cart Barn
weeks.
Guys. All right. You ready to dive into this one?
Yeah,
I know this
let's
one's
do
going
it.
to be potentially a little bit on the shorter side just because it's a review and we're only doing a Happy Gilmore review tonight. And I'm actually pretty excited about this.
I was stoked when you brought it up last week. It's something that we should pay attention to, and yeah, it's been polarizing on the Instagrams. What people think about it and who watched it and who didn't. And there's people that haven't watched it. Did you know that?
That's what I'm saying. That's why we got to give a spoiler alert because I'm about to ruin, if you haven't watched it, about to give it away, about to ruin it. So definitely
How have you
hit
not
that
seen it? Are
pause.
you an idiot? Are you dumb?
Are you living in a cave? Are
It's
you a
crazy.
caveman?
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. It is pretty crazy because it goes back to just about every golfer's kind of childhood. If you're listening to this show, you probably grew up around the time that Happy Gilmore came out, or maybe you were just being born. But man, it's been such a cult classic in so many ways. Obviously, so many golfers absolutely love it. But Yeah, it's gonna be the the second one is always tough and so many years later, but let's get right into it. Let's dive in. So, everybody, here we go in three, two, one. Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook, and tonight we've got our co host, Butsy, with us. Tonight's show is a review of Happy Gilmore 2 in the only way we know how to do it, which is Pull Hook Golf style, which means it's going to be unfiltered mayhem, folks. But before we dive into the show, first a quick shout out to our sponsors. And by the way, a quick spoiler alert if you haven't watched the show, please hit pause right now. Go watch that 2 hour circus and come on back over because we do have quite a few spoiler alerts here tonight. And it starts pretty much right from the beginning of the episode. So let's start with our sponsors, though. And Devereaux Golf. I'm rocking the Cars, Coffee, and Golf hat from their latest collection. And folks, if you like Devereaux Golf and you like this podcast, show us your support. Save some money out there by using the promo code PullHookGolf20 at checkout for 20% off your entire order at
And
DevereauxGolf.com.
might I add to that, Maddie? That is the best discount code you are going to find on Devereaux gear anywhere.
Yeah,
So
so even if you hate the podcast and you listen to it out of spite, use that promo code because it's going to save you the most amount of money over at
yes,
DevereauxGolf.com.
sir.
That's a great point. Next up, we've got Rockform, who is giving you 20% off their entire lineup of gear by using promo code PullHook2025. So that is PullHook2025, all one word. And I'm obsessed with their speaker. I use it all the time. And I use the Golf Shooter Pro on a daily basis. If you don't know what that is the golf club shaft with the magnetic holster for your iPhone. And I use it on the golf course. I use it in the gym. I use it for filming all the content for the 5 a.m. comeback. And even for this show right now, I am using it in order to film this episode. So I love it. Go to rockform.com, which is ROKFORM.com. And lastly, tonight's episode is sponsored by Stark Health. They are the holistic health approach, transforming my health and fitness. It's an absolute game changer. I'm not going to spend too much time going into details, but you get an entire team over there at Stark Health. And yes, folks, if you're not based in California, you can do it virtually as well, as long as you can go to LA once in a while. I go once a month over to LA to make sure that I am absolutely dialed in, do all the blood work and everything. And man, it is an absolute game changer for me. So go to stark.health for more information there. Now let's get into the show, Butsy, because first off, Happy Gilmore 2 is a wild ride of nostalgia and cameos. But right out of the gate, Happy absolutely drills Virginia, his wife, with a tee shot, and she drops like a fly. Yes, folks, she's dead. So we're starting at DEFCON 1 on the crazy meter when we're talking about Happy Gilmore 2. From there, the nostalgia really begins with Shooter McGavin. Then you got Ben Stiller's character, which is classic, of the psycho orderly. And of course, Chubbs with his wooden hand. And you got Chubbs' son now with a wooden hand. And even the gold jacket. Every 96 memory is stuffed right into your face faster than a free beer at the turn. Love every callback to for the first 15 minutes. Then you realize it's going to be a long night with cameos after cameo after cameo after cameo, from social media influencers to professional wrestlers to pro golfers to then Bad Bunny. So critics called it a 2 hour penalty stroke, Butsy, which obviously that's not a good thing. So, Butsy, what was your initial take within the first 15 minutes of watching good old Happy Gilmore 2?
I was excited as anybody probably was to. I don't know, man. Well, let me back. Sequels are tough. Sequels are really tough. It's hard to capture the essence without copying the essence from the first one, and they copied it, and it was just cheesy as all fuck. Like, I gotta be honest, it just was so bad. Like, I feel like they should have created a new storyline instead of bringing back all the old characters. They should have introduced new ones that were as classic or become new classics like
Mm,
the first ones did. You know what I mean?
yeah.
they literally copied every character that was in the first movie, like bringing back all the kids and then his kids doing the happy thing with the cone between their legs, the steroided guy, like the kids freaking out over the top and beating the shit out of each other. I don't know. And Adam Sandler is just not that guy anymore. He clearly isn't. He doesn't have that zap that he had when he was younger. And why would you? You mature and you're a different person. But uh, to pawn that off on like his kids now being psychos and his wife. Now that said, uh, I did laugh out loud at it. There was a couple parts that were pretty fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie. Ben Stiller's character though, terrible. Nothing like the original character. I kept saying like, why does he keep talking like that? Like he's trying to make the voice from the first one because he's old now and he's probably a little more raspy than he used to be, and it just came out as like this forced like, oh, Mr. Gilmore. Like I don't know. I'm rambling, but I was disappointed, and I found myself kind of locking in and then being back on the phone every few minutes, and then that's kind of okay, that's cool. That's
There, we've got some comments too from the audience. Like Austin says, favorite happy flask. Mine was the cuckoo clock, grandma's cuckoo clock. And all of a sudden, a bottle of, I believe it was Jack Daniels came out. That was, to me, that was the best one. There were some more as well. And then we've also got that daily drinking, the hand
the hand
sanitizer
sanitizer.
repeatedly was classic. Oh man, it was how do I say it? Because I love Adam Sandler. I love Happy Gilmore 1. Um, to me, it just became repetitive with the cameos and with like just a reach with trying to bring in everybody in pop culture right now or social media wise. It just was a little bit too much from the cameo side of
That's
things.
all it
But
was.
it was, and here's the thing though, I did see some people on Twitter beforehand before watching it, and I watched it with my wife. We watched it, and there were certainly like the nostalgia factor I was ready for, and that's the part that I was there for it. Everything else from storyline and so forth was, you know, what you could expect from a second movie or a sequel to the original that was so iconic and classic, and so many years later. That's what I think is even more difficult is picking up the storyline years and years later and having it make sense and be a good actual movie. That's really tough to do. But if you just want some stupid humor, like I feel like Will Ferrell movies are very much in the similar realm to where like you know it's going to be stupid, but you're probably going to laugh a lot. And if you want some good humor along the way, Adam Sandler, I believe, delivers on that front to where there's some good one liners in there. And there's certainly some moments that make you laugh, like Charlie Hull, for instance, female LPGA player, always smoking darts out there. She was funny with her little tiny cameo that she had. For me, and we'll get into this a little bit later as to who our favorite PGA Tour or Live Golf guys were in the movie, but I do want to get to the new wrinkle in this movie, which I actually laughed my ass off with this new wrinkle, which was enter Maxi Golf with a rich founder looking to make golf more entertaining with neon lights, fireworks, walk up music, shotgun starts, trophy girls, a whole circus. That is a direct reference to Live Golf,
Yeah.
cranked to obviously 11 for full trolling effect, which to me, again, was the most hilarious part of the film. And I'm sitting there going, do people realize that they are literally just straight up trolling Live Golf? And then you've got Bubba Bryson and Brooks Kepka participating in this thing. So my first question to you, Butsy, was: did you realize right away that they were
Yeah.
just straight up trolling Live Golf?
Absolutely. I kept thinking, how is the PGA Tour? Uh, how did they get, like, what did it cost them, or is there a deal that had to be made to show that, the number one on the PGA Tour with basically the number one on the Live Tour, hanging out in harmony and battling a made up tour that's making fun of the other tour. Uh, I don't know how they pulled that off. I know media rights and shit like that. Like, I don't know. I mean, what do you think? There had to be like a workaround or something, right?
Dude, I just think guys were excited to like be a part of the movie, but I will say this: were you surprised that the live golf guys like Bubba, Bryson, and Brooks participated in this film and were even allowed to by the Saudis?
No, no, I wasn't surprised that they participated at all, or that they were yucking it up with PJ Tour players. Like I said, we've been saying it for a long time. I think that that whole made up rivalry is more of a myth than it is like real hatred. Like I'm not going to go talk to you like we didn't play together 5 years ago. Like I think they're probably all still very close on some level. So I don't know. I just don't know how they pull it off. I don't know
that
how.
part that part to me, like, yeah, what you're saying is absolutely accurate when you
Yeah,
talk about live golf guys, PGA Tour guys. They really don't hate each other. It's more so built up by the media and everything. And, there's guys that they all like and don't really mind being around and so forth. I was shocked though that the live guys, and I just don't think that they read the entire script or understood how much they were being trolled because they showed up on the other side of the joke. I mean, Bryson, Brooks, and Bubba, they all were sitting there cashing their checks while the script rose their league. I mean, it was verbatim
I I
the
think that's the
same
genius in it
thing.
though.
It was genius.
I think they know. I think they absolutely know. Like they're literally that's audacious. That's all
Really
that is. I
is.
don't think it's a lack of knowledge. I think it's just audacity. Like, yeah, we're gonna clown the shit out of ourselves. We know how fucking dumb it is that we got all this money to go play over here. Like, but in the same regard, it made fun of live heavy, heavy,
Yeah. Oh,
heavy,
bad.
and they're
Like,
standing right there. Like, yeah. So I don't. Again, I don't know how they pulled that off, or maybe they didn't think the Sheik or whatever will understand the humor. I don't. I don't know how they got away with this shit.
I also, because of the whole live golf, like, issues, and a lot of people don't realize the issues that are going on behind the scenes over there at live, where next year they're not going to be paying for the DP World Tour fines anymore, so players are going to have to start paying that if they want to play over on the DP World Tour. On top of that, Bryson in negotiations was basically told, no, you're not getting money for an extension. And you know what, he's played it. Obviously, he's going to play it straight up the middle when it comes to the media and say all the right things for live golf and everything. But he has alluded to the fact that, I know my worth and I know live is going to have to pay me. And I think that we'll end up coming to an agreement. But there is that side to it where it's like, hmm, that's a little like to play this role in this movie and clown the tour that you're supposed to be an owner in, and you have a team. Like, same with, well, Brooks, we all know, is coming back to the PGA Tour, so that's not very surprising in the least. And Bubba had a very short part, so I'm not even going to say that Bubba even had like the entire script or knew what the storyline was ultimately going to be.
Yeah.
But to me, that was just absolute genius on Sandler's part to get them involved and have them troll, obviously, live golf in that way. And I just wonder, is there a little bit of bad blood to where it's kind of, taking some shots at live golf because they're not the happiest over there when it comes to it? Obviously, they got paid a ton of money and don't really mind kind of clowning themselves. And then obviously, it's good for their own brands because they're participating in Happy Gilmore too. But let's get back to kind of the bottom line. Happy Gilmore 2 is a warm bush light on the back nine that quenches the childhood thirst, reminds you of why we love the game, but nobody's bragging about the taste because it's a bush light. And that is
It's
the movie in an absolute nutshell. But I do want to ask you, who was your favorite player? Like, who acted the best out of all the players?
fuck, dude. None of them. Who acted the worst? Maybe is like
All right,
the
let's
better
switch that around.
question.
Who acted the worst? And I'll
It
answer
was
it both
just
ways.
like the cheesiest shit I've ever seen. Seeing these guys try to, yeah. I think Xander did a pretty good job.
Okay. That's not
Like
bad.
being kind of authentically himself. Who got huge praise was Blondie, Zalatoris,
Oh,
and
yeah.
could not have been worse acting. Like it just gets like didn't even like just shaking him out, and yeah.
I'm with
Right.
you. I did not think Zalatoris was that great in it, but to me, Scotty Scheffler was the highlight of the players because that's a side to Scotty we never see, right?
Right.
We don't really see the personality. And for him to be able to act a little bit, like even
Hmm.
though it wasn't great acting, like none of the players were great. And then I even heard a line from Freddie Couples. He was doing an interview with Scratch Golf, and they were talking about Nick Faldo. And Freddie Couples was sharing a story about how Sandler, so patient, so great, all of a sudden chirps at Faldo and goes, "You know, Nick, we'd all get done a lot faster if you just read your lines." Because apparently he was ad libbing the entire time. And Couples is like, and God bless Sandler. He said it right to his face. And just, it's like, and then Faldo's like trying to coach Trevino in the whole thing as well. So Sandler calls out good old Faldo. Faldo ends up reading his lines and everything ends up going smoothly. But the players to me, once again, Scotty Scheffler
Scotty.
and uh, JBTN23 also mentions that Scotty going to jail again in that show, and he's like, "Don't change that channel," because the golf was up on the jail screen, and guy went to go change it, and but he didn't want any part of it. So
The storyline, though, man, like I get the shot at Live, and it was like totally modernized. I don't know. I would have liked a more classic storyline, like him versus Shooter all over again on the senior tour or something like that. You know?
they did make it too ridiculous, like in the
Yeah.
trolling of Live Golf, to where the golf course was insane and ridiculous and didn't make a whole lot of sense. Like it was like a mini golf course on steroids. And like, I get it. Like they were ripping the shotgun start and all that kind of stuff that comes along with Live Golf and trying to say how silly it all is. And in the back of my mind, I'm going, they could have trolled just Live Golf and then still had a storyline behind this thing, but it
Yeah.
got goofy. And that's where I lost it. And I lost interest in the movie ultimately when all of a sudden they're playing a 7-hole course and they're driving around in like little buggies. Um, and going off-roading and through the trees and just this extreme type of thing. And then the one role, and I saw this on Twitter as well, so I don't want to say that I had an original thought around it,
Yeah.
but as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, that is spot on. Is that the guy that played the founder of Maxi Golf? I
Yeah.
feel like that could have been a different actor. Like that could have been
That
a
guy was terrible.
different, yeah, it wasn't great. It was like over the top,
The
like
shit breath.
silly, the shit breath, exactly. Which again, we're
It
talking about Happy Gilmore though.
it was like watching Austin Powers, but golf.
That
Like
is
that
a
kind
good
of
reference.
dumb shit. Like
Yep.
like the dude
It was
activates a
stupid humor.
secret room with his shit breath. Like, all right, dude, this isn't even close to the like. Just make it a classic like the first one was. Like, he's dumping the bag out in the fucking car. I don't know. There was just way too much over the top reach, and
It
I
was.
guess that's the world now. I don't know.
Even the end, right? With the green that was rotating and going up and down, and then you got Bad Bunny as the caddy. Bad
I
Bunny was
didn't
pretty
make it
good
to the
though.
end. I did not make it to the end.
Oh, I'm about to ruin it for you.
Please, I do not
So
care. I'm not gonna go watch the end. So
Happy needs to make a putt in order to tie. The founder ends up challenging him, saying that if he makes it, he's actually going to make him win the whole entire event. And sure enough, it's one of those ridiculous putts. Because remember, in the first Happy Gilmore, he has to putt it
water
off
tower.
of the tower and it goes all around and everything. And it's a really ridiculous scene. Very similar from that respect. And then it hangs right on the edge. But then Bad Bunny falls over and all of a sudden, ball drops into the hole. He wins it and they cut to basically him in the Rolls Royce because he ends up betting him that if he makes it, throw in that Rolls Royce. And sure enough, he ends up winning it and he runs out of electricity because the Rolls Royce is electric and he goes, "Oh shit, I forgot to charge it." So that's how the movie ends. So you didn't miss a whole lot there when it comes to the ending around it. If you watched the first, I would say, if you watch the first 20 minutes of it, you probably get a really good sense of the movie.
Yeah, yeah. I think I got a little over halfway through. over the course of a couple nights. I started night one, fell asleep after about 20 minutes. Night two, I planned to finish it, and just, I
Just
don't know.
didn't do it.
I just lost interest, man. I'd be
Yeah.
honest. I just kind of was like, okay, like, yeah, I kind of get the gist, and it's cool to see all these characters, and now it's getting like a little ridiculous. Like it's like a Netflix show. It's like
It-
every Netflix show.
well, Trot brings up they could have done a two-man happy and shooter against the tour players. I definitely thought, like, for a second, they were going to go in the direction to where Shooter McGavin was going to be on the bad guy squad, and him versus Happy was going to be that final group somehow, some way that ends up battling it off. But they end up becoming teammates, and Shooter ends up. What did Shooter do? I'm even trying, like, I even forgot about Shooter McGavin because he does something in the final like scenes from a golf perspective that like benefits Happy Gilmore and so forth. Because he's like, oh, I haven't played in forever, and all of a sudden he hits a shot, and I don't even remember exactly what transpired there. Like that's how unworthy,
Lackluster.
yeah, lackluster that it was around the ending. So for me, I'll say this. I will give a recommendation here that if you are nostalgic, you love Happy Gilmore 1, go ahead and watch like the first 15, 20 minutes of it. And you're going to get a really good gist. If you can suffer through the rest, you'll get through the full 2 hours. If not, then just end it. Just end it after the first 20 minutes or so. Like, what did you think of Paige Sporanic being the Dick's Sporting Goods golf simulator fitter?
I don't even think I got to that part.
So I was expecting her to have a little bit bigger of a role. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. I did think it was kind of cool. I did find out ahead of time that Adam Sandler's real wife was in it.
Yeah,
She
that's
was
in his
the
daughter.
Yeah, and both daughters. So
Yeah,
the other daughter was part of the alcoholic group in when Ben Stiller's character, and then it got really weird with the FBI or whatever it was that came crashing in and taking Ben Stiller, or he went on the run, and then they're all chasing after him. So
don't
that was
remember that
another,
part.
yeah, all towards the end. Just I don't know what else to say about it. Like I'm trying hard to be like because Happy Gilmore 1 was one of my favorite childhood movies. Loved it because of the game of golf, obviously, and I'd say that it's kind of on that Mount Rushmore of golf movies. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to ask you, what's your Mount Rushmore of golf movies? Your top five?
Oh man, you're gonna put me on the spot here.
Yeah,
What's the
I don't
one?
have this prepped either, by the way. So I'm putting
Francis,
both of
we
us on the
met.
spot.
Uh,
The greatest game ever played.
that's up there. Tin Cup number one by far, like by a billion. The greatest game ever played. Legend of Bagger Vance is not bad. I'm not a huge Matt Damon fan swinging a club. It's very fake. I mean, they never remade
No
Tin
Will
Cup,
Smith.
right?
Tin Cup, no, that was a one and done.
Yeah, because it would fucking suck if they remade that movie. You know what else? You know another movie that they, not to completely, it's ADD here, but that they remade that also ruined it for me?
What's that?
Dumb and Dumber.
Mm,
They made Dumb and Dumber 2.
yeah, not good.
Crash fire.
Yeah,
I can't name off five to you, man. I'm trying to think right now. Those are kind of my. Let's just leave it at like top three. No, there's nothing else that's
I
really.
think you gave 4 or 5.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think
you
so.
gave greatest game ever played.
Legend of
The
Beggar Vance,
Legend
Tin
of Bagger
Cup.
Vance, Tin Cup. You gave. Hang on, there was another one that you gave within there. I
What?
can't.
The Long Game? I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
Oh fuck! What am I talking about?
Well,
Caddyshack. Duh.
yeah, no, no, no. So Caddyshack's my number one by
Okay.
far. It's my favorite. I own it on literally every form that you can own it. I have forced my wife to watch it, and of course, she didn't get the humor because in order to marry her, I made sure that she suffered through Caddyshack, not knowing golf at all. And then as she's become a golfer, she understands references now. She gets it more, and we'll watch it from time to time. And she actually enjoys it now. So Caddyshack to me, ultimate. but Tin Cup is right there with it. That is
Uh,
number 1.5. Like, it's right there. And I
God damn.
will, like, it depends on what mood I'm in. If I want just a classic, I'm probably like, if I want to laugh,
You
I'm
don't want
probably
to
going to go
stress.
Caddyshack.
You don't
If,
want to stress out.
yeah, if I want to feel like, you know, a failed golfer, and I would go with definitely Tin Cup. I like where you went with the greatest game ever played. I actually do like the Legend of Bagger Vance, and there's one with Dennis Quaid. I can't
Oh,
remember the name.
oh God, I've seen that. Is that the one you're talking about? The long game? No, I've seen the movie you're talking about, and it's very underrated.
Yes,
The
and
long
the
game
worst movie ever was Caddyshack 2 for golf.
again.
Worst movie ever. Watch it sometime. It's absolutely the worst golf movie you
Oh,
will ever see.
I've seen
You'd be
it.
like,
It's
how'd they
terrible.
go? Like, how'd they do Caddyshack 1 and miss so badly on Caddyshack 2?
Drugs.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, there's a book here on my shelves that is all about the original Caddyshack and just how it was drug fueled, wild times. Like they were literally partying the
Yeah,
entire time. So, and a big rivalry apparently between Chevy
Chev.
Chase and Bill Murray, which is interesting.
I wonder if that still exists today, or they're cool now.
Yeah, you wonder. You really do. Crazy that both of them are still alive too.
But Happy
Yeah.
Gilmore too. I could have. I would not be mad if I could go back in time and didn't watch it. Um, I'd rather have that vision of the first one in my head and who Happy was versus you know what
The
we just went
alcoholic
through.
part, I'm just and the killing of the wife. Like when I saw it, I'm like, oh
Who the
no.
fuck wrote that?
Yeah, I was just like, oh no, this is not. I knew right then and there that I was in trouble. That I'm like, okay. And I just prepared myself for a really stupid comedy movie. Didn't care about the storyline at that point. And I think that's what you have to do. You just have to get rid of the storyline in your head as to like, this movie's going to make sense and just look for the funny moments in it and have some good, lighthearted laughs. I will say this: the latest TV series by Apple TV, unbelievable with Stick with Owen Wilson
Yeah, I
and the
haven't watched
kid.
it yet.
I'm going to tell you right now, that had become one of my favorite shows very quickly to where
Really?
like that first episode, I'm like, oh my God, I'm locked in. Like,
I heard it's really good.
absolutely love, like, what a storyline. It's just, and I'm not going to ruin it for you. There's going to be no spoiler alerts around that one because
No, I've been
really
wanting to
can
watch it.
spoil that one. That one is great. We should do a review. You should watch it and then we should do a review like this, but with that one, because that would be a completely different review to where I'm pretty sure you're going to love that one and it's going to play on your heartstrings a little bit too.
So the storyline is not cheesy. It's like legitimate enough to where like a real golfer could relate to it.
It's really good. There's one character that I'm like, oh, this is a little bit too like
Too overboard.
too woke, if I'm to say a proper word, I guess, that the kids use. But that being said, from there, there was one episode to where it went a little bit too over. And then next episode, they brought it right back in. They reeled it in. They did it just enough in order to show a little bit of character diversity, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then from there, it ended up being a really good TV show overall and a really
Stick.
great ending to it. Like everything was great. There's some corny moments as a real golfer, you realize that wow, that's not realistic. That wouldn't have happened. And yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Dude, I may check it out tonight.
I would say a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna go with a 9 out of
It's
10
pretty
for Stick.
fucking bold, dude.
Yeah, not
9 out of
Stick.
10?
It's called Stick on Apple TV. Um, it is a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. So
Now, people have been getting flamed for talking shit about Happy Gilmore too.
a lot of
Do you
people,
realize
there's a
this?
cult, there is a cult following. It's like saying Super Troopers is a bad movie with no storyline because there is a cult following to movies like Super Trooper. So like there's a lot of people that in at 96 were really pumped about Happy Gilmore. And not only that, but like we're diehard fans.
Yeah,
And that led right into this movie to where it's almost like a live cult member. They just will not admit that anything was wrong with it.
I don't understand that. Like, if it's fucking bad, just say it's bad. It doesn't cost you anything. You're not losing anything. Your dignity's still intact. It's a fucking movie.
And you could still like the first one.
Yeah, you can say, hey, it's not just didn't really do it for me. Okay.
And we've got
Oh,
Brad Playford joining us out in
who?
North Carolina. Brad Playford. He said, "Yeah, I would watch 7 hours of Stick over 2 hours of Happy Gilmore too,"
Wow.
and
Okay.
that's valid.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't think I could go like 5 years from now and watch Happy Gilmore 2 again and be like, oh, it's on.
Yeah, right. Meow. I would
Let's
go and
check
watch
that
it.
out.
Absolutely. Meow.
Yeah, couldn't pay me to watch it.
No.
Probably could pay me to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Everybody's got a number. That's why
Yeah.
guys are playing on Live Golf.
Yep. Oh, here's the thing that I got out of the movie
Okay.
that stuck with me. I was very impressed with how fucking spry and sharp Jack Nicholas seemed, despite his decrepit
Mm,
appearance. Like, despite looking like a mummified person, like how he spoke and everything. I was like, he's sharp as a tack.
yeah.
Like, he was pretty sharp in the movie. I expected him to really kind of sound and be old, and I know, well, he is old, but he was sharp, man. As sharp as anybody. Like, Lee Trevino looked like he just didn't have any idea what was going on. They show him and he's like, now he was in
That's
the first Happy Gilmore,
yeah. That's why
right?
Faldo was trying to give him some coaching along the way, but he was ad-libbing too much in his own lines, and Sandler obviously corrected him. Wild.
I think Faldo's
Wild.
a dick. I think he's like that guy. He wants to run the room.
Yeah, I think that's pretty well known actually too amongst the people that know him. I have heard that numerous times. Jack Nicklaus, going back to him real quick, he
Yeah.
was looking terrible last year at the Memorial.
Hmm.
Like, if you look at the photo of Scotty Scheffler winning and having the trophy with Jack Nicklaus
He's like,
last year compared to this year, Jack Nicklaus looks a lot better this year. I think he was under the weather last year and had some real health issues, where this year he definitely looks a lot healthier, a lot sharper. I mean, even
glowing.
his commentary at the Memorial talking about Scotty's game and just how consistent and impressive he is with his golf course strategy, with Teddy and everything. Like, Jack was sharp, and you saw it in the movie too.
I mean, yeah, maybe they put him on peptides or something. I don't know, but he was quick. That or him and his wife maybe just started living in different houses finally, and like so that stress has been lifted after 80 years, and he's good to go now. It's hard to say.
Oh, Barbara, she got inducted into something during this year's
I'm gonna get
Memorial
fucking
Tournament.
smacked
Yeah,
for
you're gonna get absolutely torched for that one.
that. Oh shit.
Oh, that's great. Uh, I just know what's about to happen as soon as we hit end recording. You're gonna be like, we got to stay on for a while. We got Truck Golfer says like any Lanker fan for longer. So in a couple of weeks, and I don't know exactly when this is going to be, folks, but I did talk to Trot today in regards to coming on. He's been getting some wild reach with the longer stuff. And pros are starting to reach out to him, like pros that have played along with longer and so forth. And these guys are against it and know that he's cheating. And there's some conspiracy stuff that's going on to where guys were told that they would be suspended or fined if they continued talking about it. Freddie
What?
Couples, get this, Freddie Couples didn't sign multiple scorecards after playing with Longer. He refused to sign the scorecards. So officials had to sign and attest his scorecard. How wild is that? So in a couple of weeks, Trot's getting prepared and ready to go with a big episode with some breaking. I hope I didn't give away all of the stories, but
No, you alluded to. So I know trots about it, and it definitely is cheating. It's nice to know that this is a known thing. This is not taken like there are people that are actually mad about it.
especially when
I
you
was just
bring in
under the
Freddie
impression nobody
Couples.
cared.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
exactly.
that's.
But apparently a lot of guys did care.
I mean, fuck. They're not playing for little money, and I guess it makes sense, man. If you go from that to hovering, and maybe you don't. I don't know. It's cheating. That's yeah.
Bottom line, it is
Bottom line, it's
absolutely
cheating.
cheating. So in a couple weeks, we're going to have him come on. We were supposed to have Sam Hahn come on, but did you hear the latest around Lab Golf and being sold for $200 million?
Sold. Tailor made
So
by him.
I don't know. No, it's a private equity firm.
Isn't it the equity firm that owns TaylorMade?
I don't know.
I think so, but we'll see.
Hmm,
Yeah, so who
interesting.
knows what that's gonna do? Is that gonna? Yeah,
Because Sam
good
was
for
big.
Sam.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously gets to exit and have a ton of money, and who knows, he can stay on as CEO, right? So
Yeah,
that's not completely out of the picture. Love to still have him on because would love to get to the bottom of kind of who the private equity group is, what's his role going to be moving forward, and if anything's going to change with the process because he was on originally talking about how the difference with Lab Golf really was around their precision and making sure that a putter was exactly balanced and how you can't really do that in mass production. So tailor-mades and so forth, they wouldn't be able to do exactly that because, you know, and he was talking too about how like the Mez 1 is a really tough putter for them to get completely balanced. And it takes a lot of time and precision in order to do that. So it's just a very interesting like scenario that what is going to happen because obviously you're going to want to expedite these putters getting out there. People are waiting 8, 10, 12 weeks in order to get a putter in their hand. And I'm a
yeah.
big Lab Golf guy. I love the brand, love the company. I'm absolute believer and that putter's been in the bag longer than any putter I think I've ever had.
I mean, yeah, I would love to talk to him about it. I think it's inevitable, right? Like they bought it because they're gonna make money off of it, and the only way to do that when things get bigger is to not cut corners, but I guess like make things a little more efficient. I've seen it in my line of work too, and maybe the tolerance goes down by 2%, where it's not exactly perfect, but it's 98.4% perfect,
Mm.
right? And like who knows? So
Here's
yeah, the,
interesting. Brad Playfer brings up, which he's a finance guy. Lab bought by L. Catterton, the private equity firm backed by LVMH, that big retail brand that owns basically, it's a
oh,
conglomerate.
okay,
Very interesting because I
okay.
believe they had bought well, one of the brands that used to be like handmade sunglasses was Persol, and then I believe they were bought by them as well. I could be wrong. Look it up, folks.
Well,
Luxottica is the one that
Luxottica.
has all these sunglasses, and I could be completely wrong on LVMH, but I do know it's a huge conglomerate of all high-end retail.
We'll see
Pretty
what
wild.
happens. I mean, God, that's the goal of anybody, though, right? I mean, to make a great product and then to be able to get out like he did. I mean, there's a lot of guys that start and never get to that point.
Well,
So,
so we've
pretty
got some
cool.
interesting content that is going to be coming down the pipeline as we get into the FedEx Cup and then into silly season afterwards. But the big one that we're still going to have a big show around is the Ryder Cup, obviously, and especially with it being in New York. We'll see how this all pans out at Bethpage Black, but something to look forward to. And I don't know, like during the FedEx Cup, like last year, I feel like we went down that path with the FedEx Cup to where we talked about it every single week that it was going. I don't know if I really want to do that this year. I think we might have some more episodes like this and more topic driven during that time. And then obviously for the actual FedEx Cup, we will certainly be talking about that. And then the Ryder Cup, we'll certainly be talking about that as well.
Yep.
Any
And
final thoughts?
grass league and what's
Yeah.
going on there. And there's a lot of shit going on in the world of golf outside of what we've predominantly discussed over the past year and a half or whatever. So, yeah, we'll put pen to paper, and I think there's some exciting stuff to come.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have another appearance by Todd Dobson at some point from the Grass League. We'll
There's a
certainly
lot
talk
of
to him.
people that have hit me up that want to be on that I still have to. We just have to sit down and figure it out. But there's a ton of yeah. We need to do more guests. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna start heading towards. I did an interview with Terrence Daniels, you know T Dog, and sure enough, he was asking me where is Pull Hook heading, and this was a couple months back, and I'm like, we're gonna be bringing on a lot more guests, and that is still the plan. So Butsy and I, we're gonna have quite a few guests come on to the show and join us. We did have Nick Tarnaski a few weeks ago, which was phenomenal. And if you haven't seen that episode, go and watch that episode. That is the ex NHL enforcer who got into the famous viral golf course fight that was circulating around social media up in Canada. And man, it is an absolute pleasure to watch that video and then obviously see that interview with Nick. He was absolutely great during the time that he spent
He
with
was.
us and very gracious too with his time.
Hmm.
So yeah, we've got some
So
more stuff on board as we get to kind of the finish of the golf season this year and into the end of the year. I can't believe we're even saying that. We're in July. It feels
hmm
like we're at the end of the golf season. All the
we
majors are
are.
done. We've got the
Yeah.
FedEx Cup and then the Ryder Cup, and that's it.
Yeah, and I got something else that you and I will sit down and talk about that's extremely exciting that I won't allude to on here, other than
Ooh,
it will be extremely exciting um, for us and the pod. Location, people, it's just the whole thing. You're gonna love it. So
love that. We'll
yeah,
talk offline, but folks, once again, our sponsors for tonight's episode. First off, Devro Golf. You can utilize the promo code Devro Golf.
the
You
brew.
can use the promo code PullHookGolf20 at devrogolf.com. I almost went into the whole spelling of the website and everything. Just got a little bit mixed up there. Rockform is another sponsor who's giving you 20% off their entire lineup over at rockform.com. You can use the promo code PullHook2025. And then finally, folks, Stark Health, who is helping me with my 5 a.m. comeback, the full transformation. Sponsoring this episode. We are grateful for them. So go over to stark.health if you are interested in a full transformation, spot to go, full holistic team. It's not just about personal training, it's not nutrition, it's not just blood work, it's not just chiropractor. It is everything combined along with a naturopathic doctor. So, like, I hate to say it, but like without telling everybody how bad everything was and getting into detail, my health was in shambles and I didn't even know it. So getting in there and getting back on track with everything is probably going to save me some years on my life. That is for
Nice.
sure. And hopefully I don't run into an incident over the next 10 years because that's ultimately was becoming a guarantee based off of everything in my blood work. So yeah, long story short, it's beyond just golf. It is a full transformation that I'm going through in order to be healthy for the years to come. So, again, really excited about them as a sponsor too. But without further ado, folks, we appreciate you. Peace out. A Town Down.